Alright guys, we're here, we're live. I'm gonna bring down this music a little slightly. A little less automated today. I'm gonna go kind of a little more manual with everyone doing. Friends and folks, welcome to the Kaiju Lounge, your home for humor, opinions, and nerd shit. Or at least that was the initial attempt. I am your boss monster, Noah Waterman, the host of this channel. And if if the various messages didn't give it away, this live stream is all about it's about figuring things out. Those who have watched the last couple, or basically the show as we've been doing it, I've had a pretty steady style, right? It's a pretty formatted thing. It is it is meant to feel like a late night talk show. This, however, is going to take a bit of a different route. I am that's a lie. I'm not fully flying by the seat of my pants. I am primarily flying by the seat of my pants. I do have a bit of an outline here because this is already going to be a ramble tonight. It's already going to be kind of all over the place. It would be a lot more if I didn't give myself structure. That's just a me and a slight control freak kind of thing. You see, I'm only partially in gimmick. No jacket, no sunglasses. The hair is always, I just got it done. So, of course, I'm going to have it look its best. So let's chat a little bit about this, guys. The Kaiju Lounge. I think before I kind of address this show, this channel, and essentially what I think that is not working, I want to talk a little bit about what it would be. And let's start from why I started it, right? See, the time I started it, this obviously before it was the Kaiju Lounge. This was my old channel, Team Fun, that I just hadn't. It kind of gone defunct. For those who are really old and watched sort of the original content of this channel, the whole idea of Team Fun was going to be about playing games together. It was just an excuse to get my friends together, do some comedy content around gaming. We would do Tabletop Tuesdays, Digital Thursdays, and it would get as many people as we could for multiplayer games and party. Absolute blast. Had a great time. By the way, as I mentioned, I'm doing this as if it's a pre-record thing, but it is live. Anyone in the chat, feel free to chime in. I love talking to people. It's meant to be talking to everyone about what the hell's going on in my head here. So this was Team Fun. It was great. Team Fun went on a full year, and I did Team Fun because I was unhappy at my job. I was working in ad tech. I had been wanting to be in video production, in digital media, and I've been doing it freelance on the side, but I had not been able to make it my career. And so it was I needed something for me to keep the creative juices going, and it did. My freelancing stuff went so well that I was able to quit my job in ad tech, which was great because, being in an office where you're dealing with seeing sexism happen and dealing with anti-Semitism, it was not fun. So, got out of all that and was able to freelance, make some money on that while I was focusing on the channel. And then the views and opinions expressed on this show are that of Noah Waterman, do not represent any companies I used to currently or will work for in the future. Does especially not represent any opinions of a company I work for now. All opinions are my own. In that freelance time, I got a job at WWE and have since been working on Up, Up, Down, Down as a producer. As a matter of fact, I have been able to grow into sort of the team leader or manager on the production side, and have been lucky enough to work with some amazing people, both in front of the camera, talent, and behind the scenes people. That job was a foot in the door, or brought me to where I wanted to be, and never really would have happened had I not done Team Fun. It was my experience doing like con coverage here and shooting large groups, playing games, going crazy there. Like it all tied together, and I believe was related to why I got the job at WWE and how I've become an integral part of the Up Down Down team. But of course, traveling, working so much, even just the commuting to and from the office, was enough time that I could no longer do that and my own personal projects. So I put shelf Team Fun and kind of started focusing on that and the career I was now having. I say this to say that I am still at the company. I'm still working on it. I'm still a producer for Up Down Down. I'm still the team manager for that group. However, as those of you who know me personally know, check my place. My wife gave birth to our son this year. And so kind of changes a lot in your life. And I'd been wanting to do something for myself again, because Up Down Down is fantastic. I'm so happy to be there. It doesn't scratch all the itches. This is still an itch that needs to be scratched. And I've been thinking about it, but I've kind of been in this place of, I've been dealing with some depression, some anxiety. I've been on a therapy journey, which has been fantastic, and actually has done a lot for me. But having my son really kind of turned things around. Because when I went on parental leave, when I was there, just me and my son, and those times he was at napping, two things kind of happened. A, I found time again. And B, the amount of happiness that having a child in my life has brought me was kind of the Pringles once you pop, the fun don't stop moment to push me forward, right? I think I had a lot of stuff like, I don't know if I can, I don't know if I'll have time, it's not gonna be good enough, do I still even have it, do I still have that, like, is this right for me, am I too old for this? Guys, I'll be honest, I'm 39, I turned 40 in June. There's a lot of this is me trying to follow a dream that most people at their oldest find success in their 20s. There's a lot of that in my head. But having my son changed a lot of that for me. And made me want to be the person I know I was meant to be, and not just the person I was kind of ended up. And so, the therapy journey is a big part too, because it's I started dyeing my hair because I started feeling comfortable in my own skin again, approaching a lot of subjects. So so parental leave, I finally am able to start doing the Kaiju Lounge. This idea, which was gaming's only late night comedy show. Think Seth Meyers, think Stephen Colbert, but for gaming. And those of you know this is not a wild thing for me anyway. Lord knows I basically tried to do the Daily Show for wrestling long before getting a WWE job was even a twinkle in my eye. So this is what I wanted to do. It was great because I could do it, and the idea made sense twofold, right? A, it was allowing me to kind of return back to my comedy roots, which I loved. Whether or not you thought every joke was funny is besides the point. I was able to tap into it. You're not going to hit it out of the park every time. But also, it was a format that in my head made sense, right? I could be topical. I could be weekly. I was doing it live, so I just had to write it. Didn't really have to edit it, and I could just chop up and send out. And what was nice about that is doing a 5-segment show meant I could then cut that up and release 5 videos throughout the week, right? And the format made sense because I can do sketch here, I can do interviews, I could do all these things that I like to do, and it was a good way to tie it in under that themed umbrella. But it's not working. It's not working. And like, I'll be honest, I'm watching numbers that already were barely existent dwindle. Like doing a live stream and then maybe getting 10, 15 views per video, almost consistently empty streams here in it was demoralizing. And the truth is, it's a lot of work. So when I say this isn't working, what do I mean? Well, I think there's a couple of factors here of why I'm not. I think the Kaiju Lounge, the show, is not working. Being discoverable live is hard. It is hard to commit to somebody new. It's one of the big problems with Twitch, why Twitch is a discoverability problem, because it's hard to commit to somebody who's going to be streaming for whoever knows how long, just passing by. You don't know them, right? You're asking people to commit to the unknown when time is precious and there's already so many other people they probably follow. There was the topical factor. I was kind of banking on the fact that doing something like The Last Week in Gaming, my opening monologue segment, would bring in viewers because it was talking about topical stuff. What I think is actually happening is that I'm aggregating news, a full weeks of news at the end or the beginning of the next week, which means most of that news is already in and out of the cycle. So the searchability is kind of gone. The SEO is gone. And then I'm not really posting just that segment by itself until Tuesday, which means I am now late by a week and a day on some news items. And the appeal, of course, is not necessarily to be caught up in the news, but to get the humor and stuff. But that goes back to the first thing, right? You've already gone it from your known quantities as an unknown that doesn't quite make as much sense. So it wasn't working for that part. Also, honestly, in my head, and at the beginning, it made sense. Writing 4 or 5 segments, was great at first when I had that time when I was like, all right, kids down to bed, start writing it. I'm now back. I've been off parental leave for a minute, for a good while now, and like, turns out writing 4 to 5 segments is still essentially writing 4 to 5 videos a week. And especially for perfectionists like me, but also for something that you're trying to be both humor and informative, means that's the research, that is the full-time writing, that is reviewing, that is pulling pictures from the picture-in-picture for Last Week in Gaming. It went from being I'm building out one video to holy shit, I am now writing 5 videos a week. That's a lot for a lot of full-time YouTubers. Like, the big names tend to release a video once or twice a week. Me trying to just write it, that's a lot. And I think I overestimated what was actually possible out of that. Wouldn't be the first time, won't be the last time. Something I'd rather go big and have to scale back. And this was an example of me going too big and having to scale back. And I'm sure you saw it, the last couple of episodes, we had, it was just some pre-recorded here, but it was a lot of very shorter. I mean, outside Last Week in Gaming, God started getting a little half-assed, I won't lie. That's how, and just because I started cutting it down from like 5 to 4 segments, and we had a 3-segment show. Like, yeah, that's why. I've got a kid. I've got a day job that is more than just a 40-hour work week, as far as commitment and expectation. And then I still got to carve out room for my own mental health. So there's a lot there. And then to compound that, there's also the act of like trying to book guests. And it was so great. Oh, I got a quick shout out to literally everyone I've gotten to talk to, I'm going to forget names, so I apologize because I haven't done that many, but like it was still awesome who I got to talk to, right from having Kyle McCarley on, who did me a solid as my first actual guest, to I'm going to mispronounce it. I am so sorry. Cact, it's CAGT, the guy who throws a lot of Smash tournaments and able to talk about the news there, to having Jackie Vaquito talk about Trombone Champ. What a huge get. Or the support and love that Kamikaze, who the man behind Team NT X Justice League, gave, and that whole community like showed up for that interview and for that stream and stayed for the gameplay. Like that was awesome. That was great. Like I've gotten to talk to and meet some awesome people. But again, it's like it's throwing 80 emails out there and getting 2 in return. It's tough. It's tough. So here's what's happening, right? Everything I got into, discovery's hard, writing segments hard. Even last week in gaming just took me so long, so I was taking little bits every single day, getting it out there. I ended up spending half of a Saturday, a weekend, already precious time, trying to write this thing out. It's the Kaiju Lounge Live is just too much, and I can already feel myself getting burnt out, and I have been at this too long. So I can keep at it and spin my wheels and get nowhere, or I can quit. Or there's a third option. Guys, hold on, music stop, record scratch. I recognize that I'm being a little cryptic in my social posts and the thumbnail here, but it takes people 2-3 years sometimes to see success. It's been a couple of months. You think I'm just going to give up? No. The Kaiju Lounge Live is not working as is. The channel is not working as is. But I do think it's a good idea, and I have faith in the content and the concept. All the problems are external factors. All the problems are upkeep. It's not what I'm doing, it's just kind of how I'm going about doing it. So we're going to switch things up for 2024. We're going to switch things up. Here's the deal. The Kaiju Lounge Live will absolutely come back at some day. You know what? I'm even going to say it. I'm going to write this down now. I have the right to bring it back sooner, but I may choose not. I will not wait any longer than. There we go. Is that going to show up? There we go. 100,000 subs. I'm claiming it right now. 100,000 subs. When we get there, I will bring back the talk show. I will bring back the Kaiju Lounge Live. Until then, we're just going to shelve the live show. We're just going to shelve the full episode late night talk show concept. And that's fine. I think it's an idea that works, but I think I have to earn it. I think the idea only works if I've earned an audience, because it's a live stream. I think it only works as a live stream. I could do individual pieces, but I think I have to ease into that. I think I have to build the audience and then give that as a bonus to the audience. I'm not sure it is an audience builder, if that makes sense. So The Kaiju Lounge Live is going on on a hiatus. Its return date is TBD when I get 100,000 subs. Until then, I got to figure out how I am going to get there. And I am on a path so far. Now, those of you who follow me recognize that the Kaiju Lounge Live was kind of the main part of all this, but was not the only thing I was doing. There, of course, is the world's greatest gamer. Let's talk about it. As a matter of fact, 1 second. Got this guy right here. Let's just do beautiful. Look at that. World's greatest gamer. The only tournament that matters. This was a kind of meant to just be sort of a side. Yeah, beer, blood, and body slams. Hey, man, real quick, dude. I just want to say, I saw your Instagram message to me. Seriously, I appreciate it. You're absolutely right. I'm not fully doing social right. A lot of that's just time. But like, you're right. I agree. I'll admit that I'm being a little clickbaity with how I was going about sharing it, but like, I'm not wrong with that. Change is just needed. Change just needs to happen. Need to make adjustments. The way it is right now is not working. But truly, dude, though, that your message meant a whole ton to me. And so thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. I hope you're doing well, man. So yes, world's greatest gamer. Let's talk about this guy for a second because I'm feeling really good about this. For those who are in the know or have heard me just not shut up about it, the World's Greatest Gamer is a gaming tournament I have been throwing live here in New York City. I've been lucky enough to do at least 3 at Wonderville in Brooklyn, an amazing indie arcade venue where every arcade game is made by the developers. It's not like old school arcades. It's like independent game makers making arcade machines for you to play. It's almost like half punk music venue, half art gallery, all barcade. I've done 3 there, and more recently I have thrown one at OSNYC down in Chinatown, which is much more of a sort of upscale LAN consoles and gaming computers, sort of gaming cafe with a bit of sort of a cool club. It's a really great place for gamers if anyone's check it out. And I'll actually talk about that a little bit more soon. But it is World's Greatest Gamer gaming tournament that I throw, where people sign up. It's $5 to enter, chance to win $100, and every round is a different game, dictated by the wheel of gaming, meaning that whatever game this thing lands on, they have to play. The games are always changing. It's not about being good at Smash or Fortnite or whatever. It's about being good at all games. And it has been a blast. Everyone who's come in to play it has absolutely loved it. The locations we've thrown at have enjoyed it. Almost all the time people are asking me, like, when is it coming back? When are we doing it again? And it's just seeing so much love so fast. And people truly, I'm seeing people throw, like, they want to come in and help out. Like, there's a level of support, upswell and support I've been getting for this that has felt so good that it kind of hit me. If the Kaiju Lounge Live is not quite doing it in this state, but this is actually starting to get some headway, at least locally, that maybe this is what I need to be throwing my focus on. This sort of game show meets karaoke for gaming meets competition. This sort of goofy comedy and gaming combined is what I'm looking for. So we're going to start doing that. This is still the Kaiju Lounge. The Kaiju Lounge is still the brand, the larger show production, if you will, the channel. But like, instead of making the Kaiju Lounge Live my staple, I'm going to shelve that. And that our for lack, if I'm going to use producer talk right now, our tentpole programming will be the world's greatest gamer. So we are working on. I already have a setup that allows me to carry it around with me, to record and live stream it. And we're going to start trying to live stream every single one we do. I am actually owe OS New York an email. Hopefully by the time they see this, they'll have received the email already. As I'm talking with them about doing something monthly. I am looking forward to coming back to Wonderville if they'll have me. We have a good relationship. I don't see why not. I am reaching out to other locations to bring it to as well. Trying to really build this up. And as more people find it locally, more people learn to follow it, it takes a lot less pre-work and post-work, because a lot of the work's kind of been done. And it's been a ton of fun, and the opportunities for interaction are there. So, state of the channel. World's Greatest Gamer will be our primary content, and everything else will kind of funnel through that. The plan is to live stream that on TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube simulstream. So moving forward, the hope is to live stream it on all 3 platforms, help with the discoverability there. Of course, easy enough to cut up and turn into little social clips for myself to help sort of spread the word that way. But that's not necessarily it. That's just the live component. That's going to be kind of the consistent component. However, we're going to try to work on some other projects to tie into that. For instance, I'm building out a new gaming PC to be used specifically for this. That's all right. It's not like I'm building a gaming PC. I'm more like setting up an old laptop to run things a little bit better. And I'm actually in the process of recording all that now, so I can use my years of production experience doing live streams for Up Up Down Down. I got us through the pandemic. I built out our live stream solution for the Up Up Down Down tournament stuff. So I'm going to use that knowledge building this out and hoping to make some tutorials slash blogs on how, if someone else wanted to do similar work, how to do some of the things that I'm able to do with this setup. I also spent all the pandemic working with emulation and Launchbox and setting up machine that way. So I will start probably doing some tutorials on that as well. I have all this experience I've kind of been sitting on, and I know people want to learn about that. And I want to say there's great people, potentially better than I, you can learn that from. So this is where the vlog component comes in. It's a little bit about me rebuilding this setup for when we stream the World's Greatest Gamer, so you guys can see what goes under the hood, if you will. There's also going to be talking a lot. There's a lot of games we throw in there right now. So a lot of... Oh. Am I still... Oh, I'm still on. Okay, good. Sorry, I just got an error message, and I got very worried that I've started chatting for not... Oh, nope. Yeah, we're still good. Okay. So, the next thing is also going into some... Look, I'm a big old school gaming fan. I love history, gaming history. I love obscure facts. And you can even look at the list here. Like, we got some weird ones on here. Ones that people don't expect, are always shocked to see. I would say, here's a good example. I'm going to try this quietly because my kid's asleep in the other room. Here we go. I'll let you get that closer even. I assume you can't read that. Or if you can, good for you. But Choaniki Bankuretsu Ranto Hen. It was played at the very first World's Greatest Gamer. It is a wild game. No one knew what the hell it was It is weird. It is weird, and there's not a lot of information about that. So while there are some popular games on here, there are also some hidden gems. There's some forgotten games of past. There are a couple indie games and fan games that get into this, and I want to highlight all of them, not just in the tournament, but also on this channel. So as I add games to the wheel, and as more in the pile, I can share. We can talk more about that too. And then, of course, still the occasional sketch. People loved the Unity video I did before, and I think I want to do more of that and not spending all this time writing and trying to stay up to date. Will give me more time to kind of just plan ahead and do sketches and stuff like that. I also am hoping to do at least a once a week live stream. So outside of the World's Greatest Gamer live stream, I want to do a live stream where I'm playing some of these games and unlocking stuff. Because, do I have it on here? Is it? I do not, but I will say right now, I have one of the games that's currently in rotation is Def Jam Vendetta Fight for New York. And that's a great game. It's an awesome game. People get hype when they see it up there. But you have to play through the entire game to unlock everybody. And if you can't play as Method Man, then are you really playing Def Jam Vendetta Fight for New York? That's the idea. So we're going to have some streams where we're just chilling, chatting, and fighting our way through these games to unlock as much stuff as possible so that when we do the tournament, there's variety. It's not the beginning, it's the full breadth of options. Imagine trying to do a Smash Bros. Tournament and you only have the original 8 available, right? Like, it's the same kind of principle. And then let's talk a bit about podcasts. I know I just said I was doing a lot before, and now I'm trying to scale back, and I just named 18 things I'm doing. I would love to get back into doing a weekly podcast. Something that is just not even have a video component, just audio that I can just throw in and throw out. I don't know if that will be anytime soon, but it scratches the one that you really want to get into, which is the interview component. Hey, Kev, what's happening, man? Good to have you on here too, Kev. See, Kev out knows how great the World's Greatest Gamer has been, how wild it is. I think it just makes sense to point things in that direction. So I want to do a podcast again. But that might take a little longer. Doing something weekly right now, after I'm coming off to something weekly and having trouble with it, is tough. But hopefully we can get into that. So it's just like a chill and chat about games. Probably with the same crew you guys have seen, know and love, bringing in some new people. But speaking of the same crew, some of you may remember I was doing the best game of all time. You notice it's a theme. I only work in absolutes, right? I have the World's Greatest Gamer and the best game of all time. That's just the nature of how I am. But the best game of all time, for anyone who doesn't know, is a podcast where we rate, rank, and review every game ever made. You can actually head over to www.thekaijulounge.com, go to the best game of all time or BGOAT section there, and you'll see the list of everything rated so far. The idea is that me and 3 to 4 other panel members talk about a game. We rate it, scale of 0 to 10, and we rank it. And each game rating we give is in perpetuity, meaning that once we give a game a number, we can only give it that. That's that use of that number. If I give Packy and Marlin a 9, I can't give any other game a 9 for the history of that podcast. And all the rankings are constant, which means things get moved around, things change places, the large decimals happen, but it's a list that's constantly growing to fully decide what is the best game of all time. I've actually filmed already, or recorded, 2 more episodes since the break I had from having my kid. And I'm ready to bring those back. So while I'm not going to do the weekly podcast anytime soon, or at least I want to build into that, the monthly Best Game of All Time podcast will be returning in January. I have just about finished editing those, and we're going to get ahead and start bringing back those. Louis, Pat, and Tro were on the next 2 episodes. They are my standouts because when I can't get guests, they're always willing. However, hopefully be bringing more people in again on that too. It'd be a good time. So yeah, that's kind of what we're looking at the channel right now. And then of course, I do want to talk about this because we just did a thing on it recently. I think to kind of kick in so that I'm not just going dark until the new year. I'm going to be sitting down with my good buddy Michael Petrocelli, and we're going to be doing a live watch-along for the Game Awards. Thank you, Jeff Keighley, for making sure that we all have that ability to do so. But yeah, we're going to sit, chat, watch, comment, gripe. Just 2 millennial gamer dads watching the Game Awards, talking about how things aren't like they used to be. And it's going to be great. So if you guys are planning on watching and want to hear more than just Jeff Keighley's voice or whoever rushes the stage to talk about GTA 7, I guess, then come back when the thing's airing here. What I want to do, I got to find a site to do it. I think I want to do bingo. If people are interested in a Game Awards bingo, I think we can have a lot of fun here. So we'll see. I can't promise I'll have that ready in time, but I want to try. So that's where we are with the channel, right? The Kaiju Lounge is not going to necessarily rebrand, but refocus itself onto the world's greatest gamer as our primary focus and build off of that. Because I think this is the gateway into some really great stuff. And like, again, the support from everyone who's been a part of it. Kev Outman, I'm going to shout you out again. You and a handful of people followed from Wonderville to OS New York, from Brooklyn to Manhattan, like, because people believe in it. And if people believe in that, then it gives me hope that I believe in it too. So I'm feeling optimistic, but more so I'm feeling bittersweet. Bittersweet to say goodbye to this Kaiju Lounge thing, which is truly like, Kaiju Lounge Live was truly the dream. Doing all I've ever wanted. Not that I've worked that hard for it, but all I've ever wanted was to host a talk show. Late night comedy. It just feels so good to me. But we will get there. Like I said, the focus again, 100,000 subs. We get this channel to 100,000 subs, you better believe the Kaiju Lounge is coming back. If we get this channel to 100,000 subs, I can quit my job. But no, that's the absolute latest I will willing to go before I bring it back. So that is a commitment there. So yeah, for those who've stuck around this far, I got a little treat for you. We're going to be up for a whole lot longer. Because if you haven't seen The World's Greatest Gamer, I've put up at least one video from Wonderville, but actually the most recent show from OS New York. We've got here, we're going to actually sit down and watch that together. I'm sure it'll be a little interesting to do it that way. But primarily I kind of want to do it because honestly, the edit's a little messy. I was just going to post up the show itself. But like I was both hosting and doing camera switching and running games and everything like that. So I thought, why not take this sort of like rough video of what was otherwise a fun tournament, and just kind of chat over it, talk about it, do commentary. Kev out, you're in this, and we'll just rock on together. So without further ado, guys, here is the latest show of The World's Greatest Gamer.
All right, guys, no sense in waiting. We're going to begin our our game, guys. Welcome to the world's greatest gamer, the only tournament that matters.
That jacket, man.
So
I'm a
there
fan
we
of that
go.
jacket.
One will, I will take it. I'm a man who needs attention, so I love it. It's fantastic, guys. My name is Noah Waterman. I am your host this evening.
You know what? I was worried my hair
This
was
is
looking a
a
little flushed out, but
gaming tournament.
uh,
Meaning every round
no, I mean
is a
like
different game.
the
Right
faded
now
purple
we
wasn't a bad look.
have
I like this though. I like the
five
blue I
people.
got going on.
5 people signed up. I can make 5 people work. That's fine. However, an even number is so much nicer. It helps me out a ton. So if you guys come on over.
Let's see, Kev. There you are, right there, even
$5 to enter.
hanging out.
You can PayPal me. If you're over 45, you can Zelle me. Everything's possible. Just gotta come on over. Let me
Real
know
talk. I thought that
all
Zell
your
joke was
efforts
funny.
first
I was
round.
planning ahead of time and got
After that, it's
barely
too late.
any
Gotta
laughs
go
on
the next
that.
round. Gotta make it easier for me. That's
I'm gonna
how
use it
works.
again, but I was
Right now, I've
disappointed.
got here the Wheel of Gaming.
And you guys can see I'm actually in right now the chat box where, as we go live, I'm hoping we have our fans be able to see it.
That means we're growing like a fungus. We're spreading. I love it. So,
Shout out to Brando there, who just kind of came into frame. He's one of the guys who works over there and was helping me set up the whole thing. He initially asked whether or not this was like Jeopardy. I think I didn't do a good job explaining it to. I didn't do a good job explaining it to the place before I showed up, but once I got in, people dug it.
So, other than there $100 to win, $100 doesn't matter. Because it's the title of the world's greatest gamer. That is what's important. That's what you take home. That is what you post on X and brag about to your mom over Thanksgiving. So
this is before Thanksgiving,
yeah. Go ahead and begin. I need to call up to the table here Kev Out and Patrick.
There we go.
Let's get these
Kev
two.
Out
These two
and good buddy Patrick.
Let's get a round of applause for them. There we go. See?
See,
You have to. I'm on the speaker. You can't ignore me. I will only get more obnoxious over time. So
I love that because for reference for people, they were doing a board game night that we were overlapping with, and it was our thought that like, okay, well, people after they're done with their board games, they jump in and join. Nobody did. People were not interested. I was a little worried at a certain point by that. But
you know what? I love it.
while I wasn't able to bring them on, I wasn't able to bring those board gamers on, I was able to take their attention. I was able to get them to watch it, and they did seem to enjoy watching it. So that was a win. Oh, I'm not gonna lie. That shot was a last-minute decision, and I am happy with that. I gotta find a way for it to come in from the top though, so it's focused on the actual piece.
So I tell you, it could be anything.
Poor Pat. It's just like, oh, what did I get myself into?
Pop on down. I love having this giant screen.
So yeah, I'm using my Steam Deck for a lot of this here. Right, I actually have a camera switcher, an ATEM camera switcher, to go between the 4 systems, because when I was trying to use just Elgato thing, it 3 of the 4 would work, but then one would always like disconnect, and I have to double click to reconnect it in OBS. It was a pain. So this allowed me to hot swap it, which is great. What I'm trying to do now is maybe not rely on the Steam Deck and multiple systems, because I want to try to carry less with me. I want to try to throw it onto a single computer. So I'm actually like literally, thank God for Steam sales. I just bought anything that wasn't a Nintendo game for the Black Friday Steam sale. I just bought it for Steam so that I can access it. I have to beat a lot of these games again to unlock everything, but I think it makes more sense to keep things localized onto one system. So now it's just the Switch and a computer, because I have Game Pass Ultimate, so any Xbox games I would be getting, I get on there. And PlayStation doesn't have any like local multiplayer games or local multiplayer versus games that are unique to PlayStation. So this kind of really helps me out a little bit of being able to like localize it there and limit how many things I'm carrying around.
What do we have here? This is
Oh, it's also
This
weird. It
looks like it
seems
doesn't
more
care.
quiet than it was
Rules can
because
address.
they didn't have the sound for the game on yet. I think it
Well
took
done.
them a
Okay.
round or two before we
That's
got into
fine.
that. We see,
It should be the bottom button there.
there we go. Pat here,
All right.
Kev
Go
here,
ahead. Pick your historically accurate monster.
and not in this, but this is the first game played for this
This is gonna be
tournament.
The worst Unreal Engine in action.
And when it was over, I think we all collectively spent like another hour or two just playing Hellish Court.
You know, the place that everyone allows people to fight with swords.
You should absolutely, if you haven't checked out Hellish Court, it is a blast. It is so much fun. It is easy to learn, difficult to master. It is still early access. They're still creating the game, but it's worth playing.
That is dark.
Yes.
That is a Game of Thrones dark. They're figuring out the buttons right now. I need to be able to see this.
So I said before, it works like Bushido Blade, where it's basically just one good slice,
Right in the neck.
and you win the duel.
That you?
And I'm forcing them to play momentum mode, which means that if both people attack each other, whoever was the aggressor in that gets the point. Because otherwise, you can play it as a draw means both get a point, or draw means no one gets a point. And that could take a little bit longer, but I feel like that's less fun. I feel like it's good to always have a winner at some point.
There we come in. All
That's
right.
now the sound kicks in.
Okay, finally, Kevin's figuring it out.
And it's like, yeah, that's right.
At the end of that.
Well, I don't want to spoil them and watch it for the first time.
We're just flailing around.
You just hear Patrick go, "Oh shit!"
Turn around for 1 second. And this is what happens. Okay, it is.
Yeah, it is that's a really.
Wins the first round here.
I wonder if I should block this level. Ooh.
Momentum goes to Patrick here.
That was
You get the first
brutal.
win. All right, that is round one. Is 2 out of 3. Pick your character.
So here we go. You'll see that most of the games are.
So you know getting comfortable.
Well, a lot of the one-on-one games I do 2 out of 3.
You don't get to main
That's a very
anybody
up, up, down, down thing I've stolen, to be honest. And that's actually one of the things that Austin always does, and I took it because it allows people to learn the game. Because I feel like it would just be frustrating to do it once and then be out. But to get like 3 rounds,
does look like we figured it
or at least to get 2 rounds, it gives someone a chance to learn.
Where are the teams?
And then not picking the same character twice means you can't cheese your way to victory. If someone figures out
Those seem like reach.
how to do like one move that the other person can't seem to block, then it's only good for one moment and it won't last forever. So like it really helps make it feel more even if somebody's coming with more experience.
The story is NBA Jam really got weird in the later years.
I love this.
All right, that's Kevin with 2.
That's impressive. Honestly, Kevin, good job for you, because I find the fencing characters in this game hard as shit to use.
All right. Can RPG come back?
Actually, that's a lie. I find everyone hard as shit to use in this game.
Now look at Mark.
Exactly. We all knew RBG was a badass, but holy shit, right?
Get the broom. All right, that is 1-1.
And you made quick work of that. Quick work of that, sir. Good for you.
Guys, if you're just paying attention because you're finally realizing what is exactly happening here, you can still come see me.
Here's me pleading for more people to sign up.
Engine things are required. You can still come see me. $5 enter. 100 win.
And I believe at this point, you can kind of hear it.
Great. We'll go ahead. I'll get names after the round. We'll
Brandon basically says that, hey, the entire staff wants to play.
Someone else?
That's wild to me. So he tells me that the entire staff wants to play, including the manager, and so we get them all to sign up.
See, I don't think you guys really have to figure out how the game works.
Which not only adds more people, which is great, but also just like how vindicating is that they see this. They're in all these games. They're like, no, this looks like fun, and they want to be part of it. That felt really good. Even the manager was telling people to like, no, leave the bar, come play this, finish your round, and then go.
Doesn't look bloodshot. Great.
Oh, oh God. I'm like doubled over right now at this point. I think that's such a brutal hit. Whoa. That goes like right across the face.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere.
Yeah, Kev, I think you got mad aggressive here at this point. Now that you know how things work, and it was all in the line. That was a one and done.
I didn't even finish the sentence already. I say Kev gets it, he wins, but he wins.
I was so busy vamping. I think I almost missed that final victory. It was so fast. Wild.
All right, guys, that means we are back. Yeah, we'll take that here.
Here's me. I'll say I am actually.
I've been told that some of the staff wants to enter.
Yeah, see, that was just great.
So I'll let you guys.
Here's what's crazy. I want to see if I can do this up.
There's only one person doing this, so there's a little bit of delay. Bear with me here.
It's not going to connect. Damn
In the
it.
meantime,
I just wanted to share. I'm using the. Yeah, it's not going to show up. Okay, that's fine. I'm using to do this. I'm running the Steam Deck. The Stream Deck app on my phone. So I'm actively doing camera changes when I can remember to do so while talking from there. And, oh, we had a new guy who wanted to sign up and get in. That's right. It's a little like it's a little rougher on the edges because I have to like stop and like take in somebody new as we're doing it on mic. But like I think that's part of the grime is part of the style. I think that's totally okay. Yeah, he initially said he can get me later because I thought we would do card or whatever, but he does cash.
Done with that. No more. We're gonna go with what? First one I see here. Ready to Rumble boxing.
There. I would love to see Ready to Rumble in this. We have not gotten to play that yet. And spoiler, it doesn't happen here either. But it's been on there, so I want to.
I will. Can I beg you to change a little bit later? Again, now you can't win. Now I have to pay you. So that's smart. That's smart.
Yes, we had another guy who wanted to get in too, which is great. But I believe, I don't know if you end up seeing this on camera, but I believe he unfortunately had to go. I think he thought he could just jump in, and I don't think he realized how long it would take. Or he just didn't realize what time it was. But he gives me $20. I tell him I'll pay him back after the show. He ends up having to go, give him back his $20. One more. It would have been nice to have had a minute, but like we made everything work still. Here we go, switching that up.
Wheel of Game spin. Let's see what lands on World Greatest Gamer. Here we go. Spin.
Yeah, I just did a cut on that, guys. I'll be the truth, because I didn't want this video to have it. We tried to do Def Jam Vendetta, and of course I couldn't get Player 2 to work. Finally, it lands in Def Jam Vendetta, and I'm unable to. So, instead of showing me futzing around with tech, which isn't fun, it was already killing the audience, I just skipped that part out here. I know what happened, though. It's the way Dolphin works, and I only configured Player 1. I never configured Player 2. That's on me. That will be fixed. We will have Def Jam Vendetta in this tournament. Hell or high fucking water, it's going to happen.
What's up, New York City? How we doing tonight?
Oh, that's right. I got to set things over, and I made the mistake of giving Louis a live microphone.
You know, that's crazy. Pretty brave of Noah to switch up here, because we didn't hit the H's, but there's a lot of head time.
Louis, of course, falling back on porn jokes, as he is known for. Yeah, so Louis and Pat, I've actually both known since college. Very good friends of mine. I would say I don't see them both regularly. I see Louis regularly. Patrick, I'm trying to see regularly. But no, I think I want to remove that they do not know what is happening in these tournaments. They do not have an unfair advantage. Half the time, they don't even know what these games are. However, having them on board has helped me so much because they have both been great at like helping spread the word, bringing people on. You can see Jack, who's kind of in the back here between the two of them, as a friend of Pat's, who they brought in. They're both looking to try to help me do some stuff behind the scenes. So like, yeah, I'm thankful for these two guys for again also believing in this. If you don't know, you also find them on the Best Game of All Time podcast, on the old Team Fun videos. I regularly tap in them to help me out with shit. You remember like ARMS was Nintendo's big break into like esports? Like they thought this was going to be the thing after Splatoon, and it just kind of fizzled. Like I feel like this is a fun match though. I feel like ARMS is to Nintendo what Treasure Planet is to Disney, you know? Like good. It's good. And the world is great. But, like, people don't remember it. And you're not going to see it in the theme park. Like, that's just a matter of fact. That's right. I think Louis is... Boom. Yeah, there's a lot, I think, in this first round of trying to figure out how the hell this game works, because it is not self-explanatory at all. He even gets these specials and doesn't know what to do with it. I don't think either of them know how to block. That's true. I'm pretty sure Tristan's Lollipop. I'm pretty sure Louis' Ribbon Girl. And I think Louis is really struggling this first time around.
Ribbon Girl holding on by a thread.
There we go.
First point going to Lollipop here.
Louis had won the last World's Greatest Gamer. And so this was...
there you go.
Yeah. He did. He won the previous one from the show. So fun to see how he does in this one.
So we figure out how to activate something without knowing what the hell to do with it.
There. Ooh, look at that, the throw. This is like we weren't able to get the. I gotta figure it out, fix it so these work. I think it was just one of the controllers was dead. But that's the goal. Is I really wanted them to be upstanding and using the two Joy-Cons the punching way. Instead, they're using it horizontal.
I'll say right now, if you came here for high-level play, you should go somewhere else.
That I also thought was fun. There's a little bit of me patting myself in the back for my one-liners, but whatever. It's why Kaiju Big Battle pays me the small bucks. I mentioned a lot earlier about the different things I'm doing. I did not mention Kaiju Big Battle, and I want to. Because I think first off, the name Boss Monster Kaiju, the Kaiju Lounge, surprisingly not related to them. I chose that username, or I chose that handle, that moniker. I've chose the Kaiju stuff because I love Kaiju films and old school Godzilla stuff. I never in a million years would have thought I would have been an announcer for Kaiju Big Battle, but I am now, and it is amazing. And it's one more commitment and something I want to do more with and grow more with. And so I just want to say that working with Kaiju has been fantastic, and it's another commitment that makes the Kaiju Lounge hard, but hopefully can tie in some partnership stuff with what we're doing here. I'm just a talking voice for them. I have no power. But if anyone's watching, I want to do more with Kaiju, with Big Battle, because I love announcing. It's blast. Next show is in January at the Bell House. If you've not bought tickets yet, I highly suggest you check it out. You check out any of Kaiju Big Battle socials, buy tickets, go see a Kaiju Big Battle show. Not only are you supporting me being silly, but it's an absolute blast. If you love wrestling and you love goofiness, you'll love this. Yeah, they're starting to figure that out now. They're starting to figure out the power up. I'm just a man with a lot going on.
Still, anyone's around at this point with only 15 seconds on the clock. 15 seconds
Oh, the logo is covering it up. I think I'll move the logo elsewhere, or not even have the logo up.
But might have done it with 5 seconds left. Is not enough. Is not
God,
enough.
God, it's so close too. And Louis is losing his shit too. H-Row. Yes. Yes, the loss of French toast is heartbreaking, to say the least. Also, for anyone else in the chat, Crochelli, the man I will be watching the Game Awards alongside on Thursday. It's going to be a blast. I can't wait. It'll be good. Troy, I don't know if you've been on the entire time or not, but I was talking about it earlier. If we can find a site to make bingo cards, a place to just randomize squares for us, I think we should do the Game Award bingo. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know if I have enough time to come up with enough of the bingo squares. But, I mean, that could just be a ton of fun. So, that's what I'm thinking. Also, because we didn't have the sound piped in, you're only hearing it through like the one shitty mic. Dope, awesome. Let's talk about that because yeah, I think it'll be fun. Anyone else who wants in, if you guys want a bingo card, let me know. I'll see if I can just make a ton and DM them to people. You can kind of hear I would say Arms is like cool characters. The music had this like weird 70s, 60s vibe. You just hear very faintly. Oh, yeah, dude, that'd be great. Please take a look. Let me know what you find. I'm also working from home tomorrow, so I can take a look too. But yeah, let's see what we can come up with and just get a list of ideas. Center square should probably be somebody bum rushes the stage and asks about GTA 4 or 6. Or 8. Any GTA is fine. Yes. I love this because now the match is getting exciting. Though I think Louis not quite have a handle on how bark and bite work. Oh. I may work in a pause counter. Because there is nothing. I think competitive play, you do not hit pause. Now, granted, it's the controllers. I don't blame Tristan here, but like that is you are a fake dad because that is a faux pas. All right. Is the dog doing anything? Yeah. Boom, right in the center.
Tristan saying, no way, I want to clean this out. Can't get rid of that.
Oh, right, and this is when, like an idiot.
Yeah, I feel like this is the perfect round to try something.
Not like I don't want to say like an idiot. I don't want to discourage experimentation. You don't have to respect them. Honestly, they're not great at arms either, and that's totally fine. No, it was fun. I don't think Tristan hasn't played. I think Louis said he hadn't played, but I feel like he might have at my place when I first bought it. Oh, there we go. Oh, been knocked right out of it.
Oh, this is a mauling.
Louis picking a new fist, not thinking about what maybe learning something on the fly might not be the best case at the last round, but that's tough. He was the world's greatest gamer. Yeah, that's what I was saying too.
Yeah, we were at this. You won the last
It
one.
seems like that would have happened, but like he's got the memory of a goldfish, so who knows?
I wasn't a good champion.
Louis out there saying he wasn't a good champion. He was the champion the previous night, the previous event, but he's out in the first round at this one.
Here, because you're moving on to the next round.
I also want to shout out how cool OS New York is at the stage. This giant ass screen that we were able to play the whole thing from. And this is why I'm excited about this idea of live streaming. Because if we have people in the chat, and we can have them taunting the players as they're playing on a big screen for everyone to see, then that's a ton of fun. It's dope, dude. When you got time sometime, Trey, when we do it again there, and we're going to do it again there, check it out. Or even just on the side if you ever want to go down the city, because it is a dope spot. This is fun. This is Jack, who was our first ever World's Greatest Gamer, coworker Patrick's, and Blaze, who is our second ever World's Greatest Gamer. And we had the two of them head to head in the first round.
Coming off the table here, something that's not GameCube, so that obviously doesn't work. Let's go.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. I need to get GameCube working.
Here's an oldie but a goodie. TMNT Tournament Fighters. NES one.
You hear Patrick very reluctantly saying, "Oh, the NES one."
So this is interesting because we have two former winners.
Oh, I'm gonna say what I just said.
Jackie won the first one. Wendy won the second one here. So we got a former champions crowd right now. This is feeling pretty good. Because you get to feel extra bad when one of you gets out at this point. Yeah, I love that. All right. That's talking.
Blaze coming in cocky. I don't remember what he said, but I know he was coming in cocky on this.
Jack, what about you?
The Genesis one is bad. Troy, the Genesis one is bad, but it's not the NES bad. There's the Super Nintendo one, arguably the best one, for sure. Love that shot. The SNES, for sure the best. Genesis, bad. The NES one is trash. Really? You find I found the NES one too simple. Like, I don't know. It's like kind of like it played like a slower, clunkier version of a Neo Geo Pocket fighting game. Am I on this? I'm on this screen for too long already. Again, I'm doing it all on the Stream Deck app on my phone during this, so I am not. At this point, I think I'm taking a little while to remember that I need to switch the camera. Showcase limited. Okay, that's a nice way of saying that you give it an A for effort. Yeah, no, it's not. It's a game that exists, right? And got to give it credit for it. And I think you were absolutely right. For NES, I think it had like maybe 2 other fighting games, and it was always kind of shocking that any of those could survive and do it. Like the people even bothered to try. We'll go Street Fighter 6. This was actually interesting. I look back on this now. I actually should have done a different. I should have done a different mode, and I'm going to try to remember that for next time. For this, but like we had so many rounds where we'd only played retro games or only have indie games. It was rare we got a lot of modern games on there, and then during this, we have ARMS, which I would still call modern, even though it's been out for a bit, and Street Fighter 6 like back to back, and I found that shocking. I also think Street Fighter 6 is a fantastic game. I'm really impressed. I'm really impressed by that game, even if I am utter trash at it.
And let's go.
Yeah, current gen is current gen is the phrase I should be using. Who knows how long? ARMS is current gen. At least another year, probably. Yeah. I mean, as someone who you utterly wrecked at Street Fighter 3 when we played not too long ago, I feel like it's, you know, this is still in the same vein. It still moves well. Switch 2 will be announced at the next Game Awards after this one. No, I think you're right. I think you're right. I think we're getting a Switch 2 soon. I think there's all the patents. There's too much shit out there. We'll get Switch 2 and Hollow Knight Silk Song will be a launch title for Switch 3. I feel like they did show something on that game a while ago, but goddamn, it's taking forever. Here we go. We got Ryu and Ken. They're actually like figuring it out pretty easily, especially since I don't think Blaze realizes until later he's using modern controls, which is not great. It was some sort of like, oh god, what was it? It was some like NVIDIA or Intel showcase, this PC gaming showcase they did, where someone came on and talked about it. But nothing about when it was coming out. I don't think it was any new footage. So it's like, they're just teasing us. Fair. No, look, it's going to be fantastic. It's 1,000%. Hollow Knight's going to be amazing. I'm stoked for it. It's just, you know, it'll be great for me to play when I retire, and I look forward to that. You know, after my kid puts me on dialysis, I'll finally be able to start that game. I'm also looking at this like, you know what I need to remember? I need to turn off the commentary on this game. Because I can't shout over two people shouting over two people fighting. It's going to be muddy. So Pat yelling, choose Blanca, and no one listening to him. Blaze pulling... No, sorry, it was Jack. Jack pulling my goat move here. Where I basically tell Jack, all right, you have to pick a new character after playing Ryu, and he picks fucking Ken. I remember just being so, like, I felt so thwarted.
Now you have to do it. You're being a fucking smartass. I can't have that.
Just getting mad about it. Yeah, no, the commentators thing is interesting because one of them is she's in there as Thea Trinidad, but it is WWE superstar Zelina Vega. And so I think the setting right now, and not like I did on purpose, but the setting in there right now is Zelina Vega and one of the Japanese commentators. So it just sounds kind of like Han Solo talking to Chewie, in that it's obvious they're not speaking the same language, but they're both understanding each other perfectly. Yes. Oh yes, Hobo Ken is amazing. Honestly, it's the character arc he needs, and will be great when they eventually make a movie that no one watches. Also, like, people are just chill about the giant ass snake in the background.
I gotta stop talking to the audience and keep missing the action.
Yeah, it's funny to watch this back because I know who wins, but I also I think I spend a lot of time talking to people, so I don't always see every hit. I also this level because it just has like the random mom dancing with the Blanca mascot in the background. I just think it's a fun choice.
Right back up.
Also, Patrick's so goddamn loud. You hear him. Yeah, no, that was the thing they introduced in Street Fighter V, I think, because one of the alternate costumes is just the Blanca mascot. My absolute, like, I don't know the reason why, but ooh, take him out. My guess, the reasoning behind it is that like he's a monster, and he's now brought fame from Street Fighter to his village. So, yeah, yeah, very true. I think Blanca brought fame to his village, and now they're monetizing that fame by making mascots and toys, and then you take a picture with the monster. Honestly, good for him. If Blanca makes money off that, great.
Hey, I mean, they got that last round. They got that last round.
Yeah. There we go. What up? This is like a real classic Street Fighter match. Love this.
All right.
Also, you don't really think about it, but like Dulcine being both super like anorexic style skinny, and then having still the brolic ass arms that he has. And like I'm normally a Zangief guy, but seeing how like crazy Dulcine moves, I kind of want to main Dulcine now. Like, I don't know. I've always been big, heavy guys, but there's something about how, like, wild his arms and, like, going through himself that just seemed really cool. Yeah, he's a hard character to read. I think that's the point. So cool.
That was great.
Yeah. Right. It really makes you have to confront how like odd this is. How like cartoony but still semi-realistic they've rendered the characters. I think the Unreal thing. It's weird that they moved away from being super anime. Like I almost kind of want to see Street Fighter done more like a Guilty Gear, like any of the Arc Systems games with that kind of like real like cell shade, almost 2D style 3D. The characters feel weird when being realistic.
Somebody's mom was happy to be here.
Yeah. Yeah, it it's not like Mr. Fantastic. It's a little more like they feel like honestly they move like long rubber dildos. That's truly it. They kind of like I think it's the case. No, but I'm the same. I mean, well, no, because I do enjoy like Tekken in like the 3D Tekkens. But I do think I feel like there's this world in which everything has to be 3D, and I look at something like a Skullgirls or a Them's Fighting Herds, and how beautiful and cool those games look and come off, and like. I feel like Street Fighter could still be 2D, and this is fine.
Does anybody want to enter? Because we have an odd number. If nobody wants to jump in and face Onyx in the next one, this may become a triple threat.
Yeah, valid. That's absolutely valid.
Does anyone else want to come in, sign up?
Right. No, I figure what you meant. I'll say this is cool because this is now. We got the staff in our tournament. Halfway through the game, they decided to pop in and jump in. So these are the first two members of the staff. I believe Clementine here and Brando here, and he was helping me set everything up. And like, he was one of the guys who really stuck around to be like, yeah, we need to have this come back. And I really appreciate his support on that. And also, I want to say right now, Kaiju Big Battle fan and digging the music. Kaiju Big, he actually said he recognized me from the last Kaiju Big Battle show, which was like, honestly, that's not a sign I feel like I'm doing something right that I don't know what is. That was really cool. Street Fighter 4 being a huge success. Yes.
Mario Kart, Person Battle, or Windjammers.
I agree with you on that. I agree with any of that. Street Fighter 4 being such a huge success. Yeah. I think it's crazy because Street Fighter 3, I think, is more fondly remembered now and has such a huge following now. Like Street Fighter 3 still gets played in EVO, where Street Fighter 4 doesn't. But Sonic 2, there you go. But to your point, yeah, because it was such a commercial success, it's going to be hard for Capcom to move away from that style.
Feeling very scared there.
This is great. I forgot they played Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I like having Sonic the Hedgehog 2 on here because there are very few head-to-head platforming games. And this having the two-player versus mode, I think really is good. And it guarantees a very unique game or a unique match you wouldn't see with that. Outside of maybe like Runbow or speedrunners.
Let's go. I've done that over before. Pick Casino Night. Let's get fancy, guys. We are. Let's go. You guys are racing.
I want to know why. It's such a bizarre choice that I feel like didn't have to be done. But yeah, they did. Someone accidentally hit the quit out button. Yeah, the weird squished split screen. Like maybe you needed to. I don't know. I feel like there's probably a better way to do it than that. But that's what they did. I'm assuming part of it is so that you can see, like both sides get to see the full range they would normally see on a 4x3. But it just looks bad. It just looks bad to me. And this is where it gets hard because yeah, we're talking about that, right? A weird resolution for it. Honestly, it was smart though. Like the fact that they did that and Nintendo couldn't think to add this in to like Donkey Kong Country Returns is bananas. Kevin, with you on that. I try to remain impartial, but this was not an easy. Now, granted, I think there's something about the mechanics of the Sonic games that aren't always easy, but this was like hand on stove and not removing it when you find out it's hot. Like, right? This is the definition of insanity in action during this. Right? And I'm trying to tell them, like, use the half pipe. Like, go back and forth. Like, it shouldn't. And, like, the problem was he kept hitting jump buttons or a directional button and not just letting momentum take him. I apologize. I didn't actually get pronouns. I think him, maybe them. And I apologize if I'm getting that incorrectly.
This is like actual Vegas. It's really easy to get lost in the casino.
Well, granted, I picked that for them. But still, this happens, and this is I thought was great because they were literally moving side by side. I thought that was nuts. But yeah, only because honestly, the first time we did this, we already did Emerald Hill Zone, and I didn't want to see it twice. Yeah, this gets tight. This gets tight for a bit.
Mario guy. Okay.
I think you get two people who are good at Sonic. Seeing them run this side by side could be nuts.
God.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. No, but I know what you mean. Like this is when I talk about the luck of the draw. I think picking this level is part of that,
I
right?
think it's nice to make both people here, but we're going on to Hell's Gate.
Like that's tough. It can be tough to play that level because there's a lot of ways to get stuck, and it is. And Spring Yard in 1, I think, was the same way. Oh, Sonic getting up. Yeah, I think like I'm trying to think what games have done that. What I'm thinking of, where you just have it like the split screen at the bottom. It just shows the faces and moves them across. Like that's like an older Mario Kart thing, I think. But I think that would have done really well to show people. There we go. So Tails gets it. Tails is out. So I think Sonic gets stuck pretty bad here. Because he keeps jumping. They keep jumping. They keep jumping. Don't jump. No, just let it take you. So like, don't fight the momentum. But you can't. When you're a host, you have to be impartial. You have to be professional. And you can't scream, stop hitting the fucking jump button. It's just not the right thing to do.
See, everyone was all excited to play when they saw Def Jam come on, but when Sonic 2 happens,
then I start antagonizing people, and I think that's half my fun. But one of these days, someone's gonna get mad at me.
all right, son. Tails taking the second one.
Someone's gonna get mad at me because I'm being maybe a little too snide. But I think it's fun. Okay, good. Kevin, I'm glad you were saying something.
46 seconds. You just gotta leave this area.
just like trying to get him.
Right.
Yeah, normally I wouldn't want anyone like backseat game, but oh fuck, it was needed. It was needed.
There we go. Spin that up.
Oh my god. It's frustrating. It's so frustrating. And I think we're at the 10-second mark
Oh,
now.
that's not me nightmares. Oh god. That's
And then, of course, just to rub it in, I love this. They still hit you with the game over music.
they make you feel extra bad with that.
Ah.
There is still the bonus round.
No, that was it. The bonus round only happens if you. The bonus round only happens if it was neck and neck.
Good game.
Hey, Wander Rogue. Good to see you in here. Yeah. I honestly feel that way about all the Sonic games. I think all the original Sonic games are a little janky when it comes, especially when it comes to jumping off anything that isn't a flat surface. Drowning in a casino. Oh, I've been there. I've been there. Stick me in a slot machine. Yes. I knew somebody who had that as their morning alarm. Can you imagine how awful it is to wake up to that noise? Snowboard Kids 2. Snowboard Kids 2, real quick, has showed up at I think 3 of the 5 events Snowboard Kids 2 has landed on. But it's not, I don't think it lands here. So yeah, so we have Onyx was over here. Oh, well, now we're doing Onyx over here. He was one of the bartenders, and actually I believe a wrestling trainee, or has started wrestling for NYWC out in Long Island. We were talking about wrestling and stuff. I think that's great. He looks like a wrestler. The guy's in great shape. And then I believe it was Kwong here, who is the manager, and was basically the one saying, "All right, you guys don't have to be at the bar. You guys can finish up your tournament." So he was full game for all this, which was fantastic. All right, and of course I forget to change the camera angle.
All right. The best tip I can give you is knock your opponent off the stage.
There we go. Already I'm being a prick.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead.
I do change this camera angle, don't I? I do not imagine I stay here the entire time.
Okay.
There we go. Okay, good.
Here we are going in.
Right. So Onyx has played Smash before, and Kwong had not. And I think we see very quickly how sometimes these can be very even, and sometimes they can be very not.
No, we're gonna leave it at the.
I gotta, for Smash, I feel like I need to create some really interesting rule sets so that we can randomize that between them. So maybe that'll be a live stream sometime soon of just coming up with different rule sets for this event and trying out how they play. Doing a live stream, maybe bring other people on to play them with me to see what is and isn't fun. If that'd be cool, let me know. But I do want to do more than just the 5-minute 3-stock game. I think we need to switch up what these different ones are, so that's why it keeps it fresh. So even if we get smashed multiple times, it's not always going to be the same type of match. Because that's, I think, something that Smash does well, and that's something you don't see because I'm getting my soapbox real quick while they're picking their characters. I think Smash competitive play is fun to watch. Do not get me wrong. I think Smash competitive play is fun to watch. But they're not playing Smash Brothers. 9 times out of 10, it's just 2 people, no items, playing Battlefield. And that is the most mucha vanilla bullshit. That is missionary sex with someone else jumping on the bed. Right? Smash should be chaos. Smash should be madness. If you're not playing with like 50 different Pokemon balls falling from the sky while you were avoiding a Hinox jumping at you after being chased away by an Excite Bike, then you're not playing Smash correctly. We get a little bit here, and we get something fun here, which is great. But I truly believe all items, all the time, and never Battlefield. And call me, I don't know, is that a purist? Is that an anti-purist? I don't know, but that's how I feel. Because if I wanted to play a normal fighting game, I would just play like Toe Ball number 1. Soapbox done. This is cute. Onyx is kind of teaching him how to play, and then taking no fucking mercy with him. Because he gets the fucking hammer. He just takes the fucking hammer and goes.
There we go.
This is like, I don't remember this level until they came on to do this. This WarioWare nightmare level. With no music, it's weird, man. It's weird. Just yell, "Get his ass, boy." 90% sure that was Louis in the background.
the Smash expert.
Like, this is like a creepypasta level, right? Like, this is... Am I using that right? I'm old enough to not be sure I know what I'm talking about.
Come back, come back.
Ooh, no. You guys gone up.
Smart foot with it. My goodness.
All right, I do probably need new controllers because it's madness that we have to deal with people accidentally pausing. And it's the controller's fault. It's not the player's fault. It's just how Nintendo designed it. Game.
Juan, you are out. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Onyx.
It's the luck of the draw.
Honestly, I think this is back there. He got a chance to take on his manager and was just like, "Fuck this guy. I'm taking out my grievances now."
But we are on to round 2 of this tournament.
There we go. So at this point, I'm cutting off any new entries because we are into our...
Next round, I need Kev out and Tristan.
Is it semifinals?
Here.
No, it'd be the round before the semifinals.
We go ahead and switch this. This is the first one we got Smash in the tournament. I'm actually excited to see that.
Yep. Kev, you're back in this one. And if I remember correctly, this was a mauling. This was truly a drive-by experience.
Okay, back. Full can here, guys. We're going to go ahead. We're going to spin this. We are on to round 2.
So I add Puyo Puyo here. And I'll be honest, like I've got it. It's on the list.
Semifinals, and then we're at the finals already.
Dude, Rich, you absolutely should, man. Would love to see you there. Hopefully, you're gonna start doing this monthly, and you actually should come down. It's a blast. It's wild. It's silly. That's kind of why I do this whole video, to talk about the switch from folks at the Kaiju Lounge to focusing on this, because I think this is a lot of fun that a lot of people can get behind.
You need to add the correct.
And it's wild. Unlikely that I would get 2 Mario games in one, back to back like this. Especially when I have to add the... Oh, do I do it here? Hold on.
I never tested that. I heard that if you lick them, it tastes awful.
Yeah, I lick the cartridge.
God, that is bad. Holy shit.
Because if they put something on the thing.
I was always curious.
You put something on the cartridge to make it taste like crap, so the babies don't eat it. And it's true. The cartridges taste awful.
I'm not going to wait for an update.
It's wild, but that's a thing. Yeah. So, Kevin, man, you... every time I've had Mario Kart, I've been shocked by this, but every time we've done Mario Kart in the tournament, it's been brutal. People just like... The first time I did it, I had special rules set. It was just mushrooms, crazy eights, and blue shells. And that was it. We only had those items on. And I had them at 200cc. It was madness. It was wild. I did that. I practiced it with my wife, Hannah. It was absolute insanity. It did not translate well to the tournament. We had 2 people kind of knew how to play. No, that's right. We had one person who kind of knew how to play, one person who didn't know how to play, and one person who really knew how to play. And it was like I let it go on around too long because it was just not. It was just sad. It was just unfortunate to see. This is slightly better. I had more of a reason to let it continue. But this was also hard.
So now you go ahead and pick your card.
I'm just shocked at how many people haven't played this game. Being that it's been the top seller for 5, 6 fucking years. It's the reason why we're never getting another Mario Kart ever again, because it just keeps selling. Yeah.
I love bombs. There we go.
Frantic items. I believe in frantic items. I believe in random courses.
Move that over, move up and choose to random.
truthfully, what I wish you could just
Go
do,
ahead and begin.
what I really just want to do is 5 minutes of Baby Park. Like that's it. They don't give you that option, but all I really want to do is just do 5 minutes of Baby Park. Because it's by far the best thing.
You can't be too close to TV. Because this does not help anybody.
I'm doing a lot of physical humor here, and none of it translates because you can't see me.
Dragon Rift.
It's who is I'm trying to remember all the various. Yeah, nice. I mean, she's never faced me. I'm nasty at Mario Kart. I'll say it. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I'm a little out of practice, but I'm damn good myself. There's a spot competitor in the show and friend of the channel, Louie, has been telling me about a place out here in Queens that does a Mario Kart tournament. I think it's like the first first Tuesday of the month, or something like that. They do a Mario Kart tournament. And he went, and he's fine at it. He's no me, but he's fine at it. And like he went, and it was apparently a really good time. And so I kind of want to go to that and see how I do against people, because we had a work tournament that I was botting people, but then I got too cocky, stopped practicing, and ended up getting third in the entire company. But I want to test my skill against some of the so-called experts that Queens has to offer here. But God, this game's so freaking good. Like, I stand by it. I think this is one of the best Mario Karts made, for sure. I think they did a good job with it. And whatever they do next, gonna have to work real hard. We're gonna have to work real hard to differentiate but still make it good. Though allegedly, to get into the news of what this used to be, allegedly, they have started talking about it, and they are giving it the biggest budget they've ever given a Mario Kart game. Like, apparently these are typically made on relatively small budgets and do really well. Like medium-sized budgets, I'd say. But they're going to go all out for the next one to give it the biggest budget they can. So it'll be interesting to see what that looks like and what that means. Because I don't imagine a kart racer being a huge, big-ticket item. Yeah, see, this is Kev destroying Tristan in this first round. Tristan hugging the walls here like a child learning to walk for the first time. Also,
I'll say this much, Tristan. I'm going to give you one more to learn, and then
Roy.
Back to mercy rule. At a certain point,
you were quite literally getting away with murder, my man.
blue shell happen. I've seen it happen myself. Going from first
I
in an instant.
I never want to pull out the mercy rule if I don't have to, and I'm going to be pretty hesitant. And I do it here. I'm pretty hesitant to do so because I come up with reasons why not to. But like after that first one, I absolutely should have. You just want to make you want to make sure everyone feels like they got their fair. They pay $5 to enter. They make sure everyone got their fair share. He also like chose a bike. I don't know. Do people play with bikes? I find like playing with motorcycles in Mario Kart is so difficult. Like, I'm good with a kart, but I do not know how to use the motorcycles at all. Like, I've not been able to figure out how that works. And I've tried. I've been bodied by people who use the motorcycles in Mario Kart, but I've not been able to figure that out. Oh, there we go. Granted, I mean, to give him credit, from a showmanship perspective, I'm spending more time watching Tristan's screen than your screen, Kevin, because he's doing more interesting things by virtue of flailing.
Second place.
I mean this is the best. Like I will make fun of everybody who comes on here because I feel like when you enter my house, that's just what's going to happen. So I mean, with all due respect to the world, I'm very thankful that Tristan showed up and was willing to be part of this and jumped in. It was his first time. Got into the second round. That's better than Louis, who even won a round before, who even won the tournament. So like, just goes to show, it's anyone's game at any time. Ooh. How's that for the tagline? World's greatest gamer, it's anyone's game. I'm not mad. That could be a good t-shirt. I will make t-shirts because I don't know. I've worked tangentially to wrestling long enough to know that if you don't make t-shirts, you're not. If you don't make dollars, it don't make sense. This is just. I've never seen the backside of those before. And then I think I still give him one more round after this. Yeah, because they say third or higher. And then he starts using the reverse. Oh. That was tough. It's being saved by items. Oh, that's right. But Kev, you start falling. Oh, and he gets a star. So you guys ended up being closer than expected there.
Let me give you one more. That is not that far of a difference. Because he screws up royally in the next one.
Yeah.
Get out.
I don't know if you guys heard that. I say if he screws up royally, and both Louis and Pat together say royally for Royal Raceway.
Only because I didn't think of it first, and that was the problem.
They gave me the real Statler and Waldorf moment of the night.
Big Blue. God's sakes, Nintendo. Hold on, I'm switching my camera on my pre-record here.
Here we go.
Nintendo, please. Give me a new F-Zero, for God's sakes.
Never gonna happen. I want it so badly. Never gonna happen.
But I want the proper.
Though, tangent real quick. I was in Chicago working Survivor Series, and I was able to go to Galloping Ghost Arcade, which is, for anyone who doesn't know, I believe to be the world's biggest arcade by number of machines. It's wild. They had a lot of different things there. One of the things they had is something I have never gotten to see or play in my life, but have always wanted to. An F-Zero AX arcade machine. Like straight up. And I almost missed it. It was almost tucked away. But this is the F-Zero machine that you could bring your save card, tap it in, and use any machine you make to drive in that, as well as collect characters from the arcade and bring them back into your game on your save. I loved F-Zero GX so much, and I knew this thing existed, but never saw it in the wild when the game was new. Here I am, arguably nearly, God, I want to say 20 years later, and finally found one. Of course, I didn't get to use it as defined, but I did get to play it, and it did not disappoint. F-Zero AX as an arcade, phenomenal. Now, granted, you can unlock all those levels and characters naturally, but you have to beat everything on like ultra hard, and that game was so fucking difficult.
Roy makes it all the way through.
Yeah. I let Tristan take this win, but
worthy showing.
I'll say, Kevin, even he sees it. Even he sees that you had whooped him
That wasn't awkward.
hard.
Whatever the hell that was. All right. So, Kevin, you are going out the next round. You're going to take that.
Mario, you stay in it, man. Kevin, you stay in it. Tristan, it was good showing on him.
All right.
Good being good that he put himself out there. Good that he put himself out there, and that's what's nice.
This is tough. Because now I got Jack and Brandon next up. But then I also have Onyx and
Oh, this is the semifinals. That's right.
So
Oh, and
here's what we
they're,
do.
they're asking for a loser's bracket. I'm not giving it to them.
We're going to make this a triple threat. It's the only way to resolve this. However, you got to let me know. They're both your bartenders right now. Are we good with that? Okay, we're good with that.
Yeah, that's right. I had to ask the manager because both the people who were going in were bartending. And so I had to ask the manager, hey, is it cool that I take them? And he's like, yeah, absolutely.
About what game I'm switching.
So, Wander Rogue, not yet, but absolutely plan to. Like 1,000% will have a version of Mario Kart up on there. Because you're right. You're right. Old school Rainbow Road would be fantastic. I would also love to have old school battle modes, either Super Nintendo or 64. Super Nintendo especially because that was designed for those 2 players, whereas 64 was designed for 4. But like both those were so good, and I feel like that's one of the things I don't like about the more recent Mario Kart games is how they did battle mode. Battle mode in the new one isn't, there are too many weird variants, and like everyone's in there, and like you play 5 rounds, and sometimes you're in a different team. Like that's not fun. I like just keeping it simple with the battle mode.
There's like only a handful on here I can actually do that way.
Yeah, so I'm trying to. You see right now, I'm trying to figure out how to do a triple threat. We've only done it once before, and part of me is not realizing that. Oh wait, only one system I own. Do I have 4 controllers for? And that's a Switch. So like I'm thinking, oh, we can do this game, we can do this game with this game. No, we very quickly realized how to do the Switch. Battle mode's the best. Old school battle mode is fantastic. I'm stuttering with myself because of how happy I'm about this. Yeah, so good. And spoiler alert for when we finally release the world's greatest, that's the world's greatest game, the best game of all time podcast, where we go through all the Mario Kart games. People forget how not only was the battle mode in Mario Kart 64 good, but when you get knocked out, you turn into a bomb and get to fuck up somebody else's day. Like that was great. Why did they never bring that back? That was so much fun. Like, and it's one of those like details I totally forgot about until after I played it again recently. So good.
There we go.
So good.
Powerful.
It just ain't, I hate to be that guy. It just ain't the same anymore. So here we go. I figure it out at this point now. We get them on Towerfall. Want to talk about Towerfall real quick. What a great game. This is another one I'm throwing on the big recommendations list. If you guys have not played Towerfall at all, jump on it, especially the Switch version, because I think the Switch version is the only version that goes up to 6 players. It's just a blast. No pun intended. You may see why. Made by the same people who made Celeste. And a lot of the gameplay is similar as far as moving around, which I think is part of why it feels so good. It's like Celeste versus. Jack here saying he's played for an hour before.
The same guy speaks Celeste.
Also, shout out to Jack. I believe he was with us before.
On the Switch.
He is a former speedrunner.
If I want to, I just
I don't remember what games he used to speedrun. I'll have to ask him. But he's a former speedrunner.
no, no.
So, like, man's got some street cred to his name. If I'm going to do as much interacting with the crowd, I should find a way to mic the crowd. But that might just because of Louis and Pat in the audience.
People, it's an absolute blast.
He literally just said what I have just said. I'm literally repeating myself in the future.
Definitely a lot of fun. Let me know. I will absolutely. You were up. You were up. We're doing. You're in a triple threat today. We have an odd number. But Brandon's done. He's coming over here. It's going to be the three of you together in this game.
Yeah.
So this is what happens.
And there's like a weird story mode in this. And story mode, not really. But, like, there's a lot to uncover and unlock. Like, I found some hidden levels playing this game that are just, like not super simple to figure out. Like, there's a lot of secrets in this game that I'm sure plenty I have not discovered yet.
Perfect. Love it. Exactly what I want.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Or tenacious traveler, if you will. But yes.
We had to do a new one because not always there are three players.
Yeah, both Celeste and her, like, dark shadowed version are in this game as playable characters.
Absolutely great game. Kinda, yeah. Versus platformer with arrows. You're trying to shoot your opponent. You only have so many arrows. You can pick up your opponent's arrows or items in the level.
It's such a good. Also, actually, honestly,
You want to do any history with this game?
original Team Fun videos. It's one of our top performing videos, and one that I still occasionally get comments on. It's actually wild. The three videos, we still get comments on for Team Fun. Even though these videos were released in 2017, 2018, are Towerfall, Mall Madness. Don't ask why. Towerfall, Mall Madness, and Stickbolt. But Stickbolt, it's all in, I want to say Mandarin. I don't know, but it was a Chinese site that posted our video as an example of like best games to play on Switch back in like 2017, 2018. And like it just had enough traffic that it truly helped boost our the views on that video. Crazy.
You can aim on different directions. And there are items to pick up throughout. Up, Celeste is out. Knock down the arrow.
There we go. Oh, that's I forget that you can stomp on people too, which is a big part of this game.
Here we go. There we go.
The replay version. This, yeah.
Moving on to the next one, I believe. A little peek.
Maybe sometime
Oh,
I bring enough controllers and we do a losers bracket. That is, we have enough people, all 6 people, for one person's chance to jump back in. But I feel like for that foresight, I need to know how many people are in it from the top, and that's hard because we get so many people who come in like the day of.
Oh, downtown. Downtown.
There's a real like he's on fire.
Celeste getting out of the win.
Yeah.
The amount of kills you get. So at a certain point, you just want to make sure someone doesn't get kills, or else they will get ahead.
There. Ooh, that was close too on pink.
It looks like the captain's got. Oh.
There we go. Just.
Stop.
Excuse me, just bouncing on him. I'll say after this we got one more match, and then I can call it bedtime. But anyone else who's up, you know, I appreciate the company. I always love the company. That's right. Captain's got from the air. Captain's got wings, more arrows, and jumps on him. Boom. My favorite is always one person who plays that shoots an arrow straight up and does not realize that arrow comes back down and kills him. It's kind of cruel.
Bomb arrow, watch out.
This is also not an easy game to like commentate on.
Guys,
There's a lot happening, and it happens very fast.
Watch out. Pick up the. Oh, coming through.
There we go. Oh.
Chasing down Celeste, but he has no arrows right now. Only one arrow amongst everybody.
Oh, there we go. Jumping on.
Oh. Okay, King here. Notice I'm running a shield. Let me do that.
Yeah, so it's waiting with shield for shield. Oh, it's getting tight. They both have wings.
And the walls are closing in. You do not want to get
There
caught.
we go. Yeah. Ah, boy.
Bomberman
Gets
style.
harrowing.
Jake is 1 kill away. He is 1 kill away from taking this all and going on to the finals. You do not want
There we
to
go.
get
Oh, I love that. I love that power up too. That just.
Pink is out. Pink is out. That means we still have a game, folks.
Oh, that's right. Pink is already one. It's a volley. Pink is out. Pink is like already one away from winning it. Yeah. Oh my God. The darkness. Who threw that? I don't even know who shot that bomb arrow. That was wild. Celeste hit. That's right. Oh yeah. So now 2 people are one. Oh man, this gets nuts. It's funny. This happened. It's funny because this happens right before Thanksgiving. It's been long enough now that I'm just kind of remembering some of this. I feel bad. I started making fun of Brandon for being angry, and he kind of very angrily says, "I'm not angry." And so I'm just like, as he walks away, I just feel like, oh, okay, he may not have been the best mood as player too. So be it. So be it. That's right, Kevin, man. You versus Jack. You taking on the first ever World's Greatest Gamer.
Thank you, sir. All right, guys.
What did we end on?
We are in the finals of this, which means we are crowning tonight a World's Greatest Gamer. Will it be Jack who won the first ever World's Greatest Gamer tournament?
It's a lot of pressure.
Okay, that who's been the one before but has not quite won it yet.
And Kevin, you were the you got second place. Yeah, second place at the last one.
Two titans of industry, if you will. Getting in, guys. Let's see where we land and hope it's not Snowboard Kids too.
What did we pick? I'm totally blanking.
Gigabash!
Oh, it was Gigabash. Oh, I fucking love
We're
Gigabash.
both looking at each other quizzically, which is a great sign.
Gigabash is a great game. It's the perfect mix of like Power Stone.
Both of you will turn to each other and shrug.
It's a perfect mix of both Power Stone and Godzilla Destroy All Monsters for GameCube. So much fun. I'm actually replaying through all the story mode because I had unlocked the characters and Steam didn't save it. So I'm getting some of those characters back. But it is a blast when you get 4 people at once at a 4-player round. Beautiful. Even online play. Online plays go with it too. So we'll definitely do some of that. Because I need to rank up and get some of the extra unlocks anyway, and I think it's the quickest way to do it.
I was thinking that or PTSD. I don't know. This was played in the first one, absolutely.
Again, fun because it's also doing well enough that
All right.
they have both officially licensed Ultraman and Godzilla DLC.
Gigabash is a recent game.
I'm about to say that.
Also having gotten the licenses for both Godzilla and Ultraman. I mean, there are official Godzilla and Ultraman characters.
Why am I even here? Maybe I'm only doing this because honestly, I just didn't want this box to be empty, and I felt like this is a good way to do the live stream tonight. But like, I'm just repeating myself at this point.
Play. We're going to go to couch play. There we go. We're going to go to free for all. Putting up with a player. And choose your character.
I'm a Wooly main myself. The Yeti character, he is top notch. Though I will say the who is it? Thundar.
So that means it is one and done, guys. Whoever wins this.
Thundar, I believe, is no, Thundar is the barbarian. Who I don't remember who the main mech is, but he's pretty good. I like playing as the Godzilla characters because obviously I grew up with those Godzilla characters, but they're not as they're just not as fun as some of the original characters.
We like to keep people guessing.
Ba, 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 ba. There's a little bit of like King of Monsters SNK in this as well because of just like being able to pick up buildings and grab items. That's what I would love. I would love to see. Let's keep the licenses going. Bring in King of Monsters into Giga Bash. Give me Cyber Woo up in this.
Shows you a big L&R above your head. You will want to press that L&R as fast as possible.
Now that's not the last time I say that during this match.
Troy coming through. We've got 2 lives.
There we go.
Slicing through.
I know typically I only do this as a 1-rounder.
1-2 slice. Troy using his advantage.
But it always feels short. I'm wondering if I should do these differently. Honestly, Ben, like that's part of the game. It's about adapting and getting into it. And yeah. This is I mean, I think that's why I have it on here. I have it on here because I love the game. But it's also like it's not an easy one to just jump into. So that's part of the game is like, look, you pulled that shit off. And that was dope as hell. Just flew him halfway across the map. And now Jack has this thing. You notice I said at the beginning, press the L and R buttons. I say it like 8 more times, press the L and R buttons. He just sits on it. I'm telling him it's useful. He's just sitting on it. Maybe new. This is tough. Yeah, I mean, there's a smash ball there, and Kev, you hit that, and I was really pushing people to use it. Unfortunately, everyone's final smash, much like Smash Brothers, happens in different areas. So I didn't realize that yours would just be in a small circular radius like that. And so Jack just had to like hang out far away from you to avoid it. But see, you did that, which would have been pushing people, and now you got these huge versions. But like, who is it? The Yeti character, Wooly. He's got his takes up the entire middle section and just runs right through. So like everyone has something that's a little bit different. I just didn't realize yours would be so small scale. Yeah, I mean, honestly, Kev, you say you know what you're doing, but it was pretty close. And even that, you just got hit by a hazard in the ring, which sucks to be so anticlimactic. Honestly, that's unfortunate. That's going to happen. It's the nature of the game, but that's just like, would have loved it if it was a bigger moment. That's the producer of me.
We have our world's greatest gamer, the first world's greatest gamer has in turn become the most recent world's greatest gamer.
The Kev, man. All the props in the world. For not once, but twice, back to back, taking it all the way to the end. Is it the crown? No, but it is no small feat. Let's be honest.
I think you're back at the top of your this turn. I think at this point, everyone you've been in, you've won.
But Jack is the man to beat. God, I'm not doing that on purpose. I swear I'm not repeating myself on purpose.
I want to thank everyone who came out for playing. The wonderful people here at OSNYC for letting us come down here.
See, it feels...
Great job here. It's an absolutely amazing place. First time I've been here, and I would love to come back if you guys would have me. Please, if this is something you enjoyed, even if you just sat watching and didn't get to participate, if you enjoyed this, go ahead and follow me, Boss Monster Kaiju, on all.
We're closing it out, self-promotion. I'm going to find a way to shut this down so I'm not wasting too much time promoting myself.
Because this is just too much fun to contain to only one night. So one more time, I want to thank everyone here for playing. I want to thank the wonderful location here for having us. Thank you guys for participating or just behaving yourselves in public. That's good enough for me. Until next time, stay cool, stay hip, stay heavy, and good night.
All right, guys. Yeah. Turn this a little back up. That is a taste of what the world's greatest gamer is all about. Oh, it's a taste. That's a full video, and it's already like, you know, nearly 12:30. So yeah. So if you weren't sure, didn't know what it was, now you've got a sense of the direction of this channel, of what the new era of the Kaiju Lounge is, or I guess the new adjustment. I'm really excited for it, and I know I was being cryptic, and it's partially clickbait, not gonna lie, but it's also like it's true. Like what I was doing wasn't working, and I can keep spinning my wheels, or I can go with something that I'm starting to see success in, and that other people seem to believe in. I think that makes sense. So I'm excited. I'm going to be debuting a new look to go along with it, something a little more updated. Be adding some features to the stream. I'm actually supposed to be hopping on a call with OSNYC sometime this week to discuss the next time, so it should be sooner than later. And if you think that was a small crowd, right? That was like a handful of people in, maybe as many people that were participated. There was twice as many that were there hanging out to watch. Imagine how crazy that will feel in a packed house. Because it can. And we can get there. And I truly believe that. So with all that, on that positive note, I'm going to drift off and dream about new ways to torture players in this tournament. And I hope you guys do as well. Please, of course, follow me on socials. You find this afterwards. Rock on, brother. Hell yeah. Follow me on socials. If you are finding this as a VOD and you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, or even hit the like button, do both. That helps this. That helps grow this. If you liked what you saw, then tell me you liked what you saw, and leave a comment. Leave a comment below in the comments about what games should be added to the wheel of gaming. That doesn't always live down there. It just happens to be down there now. Until next time. Beard Blood Body Slams, Kev out, Wanda Rogue, Tricelli, anyone else who's watching. Thank you guys so much. Truly, the emotions behind a lot of the posts I've been putting are real. Feeling a little sad, feeling a little down, but it's been this love, it's been this support that is really helping me believe in myself and have a confidence that even with someone as much over-the-top swag and goofiness as I have, was having trouble drawing from. So this means a lot. Thank you all, guys. Until next time, stay cool, stay hip, stay heavy.